Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's been a while since I made a video, especially about the boat, so I thought I would show you what I've got completed and things that have happened in the last couple of weeks and the things I'm going to have to redo. Now, I think last time I left off, I was screwing around here with the motor. I can't remember, but I installed a new brass drain plug, as you can see right there, and here is the screw in. I was really excited when I got that put in. I got rid of that stupid stopper, and I just liked it. You know, the brass is better. Well, I covered the boat up with an old tarp. As you can see, it's over there on the ground, that had holes in it, and it rained for the next week. And I did not take out the drain plug. So, needless to say, the boat filled up with water after a whole week of rain. And as you can see, my foam noodles that I stuck in there, because I've taken all the wood panels out. As you can see, they're over here trying to dry. And no, it's not marine grade plywood. There's a lot of lessons learned in this video. Okay, this is one that I sealed with fiberglass resin, and it's fared very well. Even on the back side, you don't see a lot of mold or nothing like that, except from the very bottom, just a little bit. Okay, and you can see over here, here's a floor section. This is the bottom that I didn't coat with fiberglass. So you can see where it got saturated with water quite a bit, and I've got mold growing on this plywood. And here's another section. This is a center section, I believe. It goes over top of the fuel tank. Yeah, I got GT2, gas tank 2. And it did okay. It's got just a little bit down here on the bottom. Here's the left-right floor section. It got saturated on the bottom. And I don't know if you can see here, this is the other gas tank section, I believe. No, this goes over the storage compartment. As you can see, all that's mold growing. Okay. And I've got a couple of floor sections around here. Here's a section that I had to piece in because I ran out of plywood. This goes right next to the motor on the right hand side. It's just a hokey piece. Like I said, it got saturated and mold started growing on it. So what I'm doing today is taking all the floor sections out. I'm going to take out all that foam. Take the gas tank cover out. See, I've got the gas tank reinstalled and the lines hooked up. I had a problem with the trim pump. I've got the up circuit on the trim pump's not working, so I had to take a 12-volt hot from the left side of the solenoid and touch it to that light blue wire right here to make the engine go up. So I got to find out where that short is in that circuit. Motors, oh yeah, let me not get ahead of myself. The engine compartment had so much water in it that the water was touching the floor and the starter was underwater. So I didn't do anything for like a week besides let this thing dry out and air out. But the starter still works. I've not had any electrical issues other than the trim pump. And I don't think the water was the cause of the problem of the trim pump. I just think it's old wiring. There's a some type of limiter switch someplace in this circuit on the blue wire that's probably bad. I need to find it. I still have to install a new trim pump, not trim pump, but a bilge pump, which I have. Man, would that have been nice to have installed when this whole thing was flooded with water. It took like 2 hours for this thing to drain because under the motor was full of water, the gas tank compartment was full of water, all the way up to that front center storage compartment. That big hole right there by the grill was full of water. I mean, this damn thing, well, was full of water. But there is a positive side to this, is I know the boat doesn't leak. So I crawled underneath the boat, and I was looking for, you know, any holes in the hull, any cracks, any type of compromises where water was dripping out of, and there was none. But there was only one issue that I found. I started to see this, I guess you can call this rust color right here in the transom, which I know the transom, this part of the transom is gone. There's nothing back here. It's all empty pretty much. So I know the transom needs to be replaced, but it's not on my priority list right now. I just want to get the boat together and all systems functioning, and then when I know all systems are good to go, the transom, the gimbal's good, the exhaust bellows here is in good shape, it's not cracked, I know that's good. So once I get it where I know the boat, I can put it on the water and it'll run, then I'll go back and start doing the really serious stuff like the transom, because I have to say, I really am liking this old boat. The more I mess with it and get familiar with it, the more I don't know if I want to sell it. You know, I just don't know. So that's what's been going on. So today I'm up here up front doing some cleaning. If you can see, the front still pretty trashed out, still messed up. I did go over the boat and clean it. The only thing I cleaned this old raggedy boat with was mean green degreaser in it, and it cleaned this thing up. But it still needs to go back and get polished. This right here is where that green vinyl strip was laying. As you can see, the gel coat's been checkered. So I'm not real worried about that. I'm probably gonna hit it with a fine grit sandpaper and maybe paint like a black stripe or a silver stripe, or I'll do something. You can see I got a seat in it. I cleaned the seats up pretty good, and I tried to put a lot of leather cream on the seats, but man, they soaked it up. I went through one whole bottle, $28, very, very, very expensive leather cream, and wiped it in with my hands, and it soaked it up. So that's pretty much kept that seat from cracking anymore. It's supple and soft again, but it's still dull. So I need to keep on working on that seat. And let's talk about swimming noodles, pool noodles. Okay, a lot of guys on the iBoat forums and stuff like that talk about these noodles, using them as flotation. As you can see, I got one here cut, and it looks like it's dried out, but the water got in this noodle and it was soaked. It was retaining the water, and they're very slimy. You can see water coming out. Now, I did the pool noodle thing just as a cheap and quick foam alternative, okay? But every one of these noodles that I cut, that's full of water, and they're slimy, and they retain moisture, and I don't want that. I don't want any more water if it gets in these side areas to stay. I want it just to go away. So I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I know the two-part expandable foam is the right way to do it. I might go that route, but I want to come up with a way to keep water out of these, out from underneath the floor. And I'm trying to come up with a way to do that, because there is no drain that goes down the far side of the stringer, back here to the transom, and drain out in the bilge area. I don't see any area like that. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. But anyway, I just want to give you guys an update. I had it together and it looked good, and I had to take it all apart. I'm going to rip all this foam noodle stuff out so get everything a good chance to dry again, and then basically start over. So I don't know if I'm going to take these big foam boxes over here, these big rectangular foam boxes, and take them out and completely go from scratch. I don't know. But anyways, that's what's been going with the boat. So sorry for keeping this video kind of long. I've had a lot of issues here lately. You know, I got sick with the flu, had to get over that. And like a lot of y'all know, I take care of my mom. She's been extremely ill. Been to the emergency room 3 times in the last week. And I've been off work for a week. I took my last week of vacation to help her out, and I still don't know how that's turning out, because she still feels like crap and the doctors can't do nothing for her. So anyways, that's about it, y'all. And I do have a new sticker, so as soon as I put that sticker on and I think this thing won't float, I'm gonna put it on the water. I don't care if I put it on the water without a floor, it's going out. And I want to put the engine under a load and see how everything does. I got to hook up the shifter still. You know, here's this. Just life gets in the way. and trying to have fun. So anyways, guys and girls, I'm gonna call it quits, and I'll see you all later.